again with our RMO past year questions. And today the topic we'll be talking about is very interesting. It is about the Arrowhead Model. So what is this topic all about? Well, let's take a look at it. So the question is as follows, as shown in the figure below. We want to find angle C, angle D plus angle E, F, and G. So here comes a problem. And the problem is it easy for us to find those 5 angles respectively? Well, of course not. It is not easy for us to find those 5 angles. So is there a better way that we can do this question? Well, before going to that, let me show all of you an easy example. Let's start with this figure over here. Let me ask all of you, what is the relationship between angle 1, angle A, and angle B? So everybody, you can take a pause of the video and think, what is the relationship between those angles? Well, time's up everybody. It is very simple, isn't it, right? So if you have written it down, you will know that angle 1 is just the same as our angles A plus angle B. Why is that so? Well, we can see that angle A plus angle B plus angle ACB over there gives me a total angle of 180 because it is the sum of the angles inside the triangle. What about angle 1? Angle 1 is also the same thing because angle 1 plus ACB is on a straight line, and angles on a straight line have an angle of 180 degrees. So with that being said, there's actually a name for this angle 1 over here, and that is the exterior angle. Now I know that there's this thing called exterior angle. There's also another one where all those angles inside the shape, they are also known as interior angles. So with that being said, what is this method called? It is called the exterior angle theorem, where, well, those interior angles that are not in contact is just the same as our exterior angle. Using this method, we think. But what if my figure looks like this now? How do I apply what I have just learned over here? Well, this figure still seems a bit difficult for us to find the relationship between angles A, B, C, and D. But let me tell you, if I do some little adjustment to the figure, it makes it much more easier, and that is what we call the Arrowhead Model, because this figure actually looks like that of an arrow. So with that being said, if I draw one horizontal line that cuts this arrow into 2 parts, or in fact 2 triangles, then how do I find those 2 angles, angles 1 and angles 2 over there? Well, for angle 1, we have realized that actually angle ADE on the outside is just equal to angle A plus angle 1. Why is that so? Using our idea of exterior angles and interior angles. And class, everybody, can you think, how do I represent angles EDC or angles CDE? Well, it will be the same thing where it is just angle C plus angle 2. So with that in mind, we think, how exactly do I get angle D? We realize angle ADE and angle CDE, if I add them together, it is just angle A, angle 1, angle C as well as angle 2. Wait, and that it is equal to angle D. So we can conclude one thing, and that is this angle D on the outside of our arrow, its angle is just always the same as the sum of those other 3 angles within our Arrowhead model. And here it is. So how do we apply what we have just learned in that into our figure? Well, we think, this is our question figure. But how can I use what we have just learned on this figure? Well, can we find any arrowhead models in this figure then? Well, if all of you take a pause, it's time to come back now. So with that being said, we have one first arrowhead model over here, as that is shaded in purple. And if I want this angle 1 over here, what is the value of it? I know that angle 1 is just angle A plus angle F plus angle D, which are the 3 angles within this arrowhead model. Well, is that the only arrowhead model we have? Maybe not. We still have a second one in case any of you missed it up. It is here. This arrow labeled in yellow. Oh, how do I find angle 2? It is very simple. I'm pretty sure everybody is able to find those 3 angles, which are C, G, and E. So, with these 2 pieces of information, what is it that we can get? Our question was to find 5 different angles. And here we seem to have a lot of them already. So here with that in mind, from our arrowhead model, we get these 2 things. And how do we use them? We realize if I add all 3 angles together, all 6 angles together, I get just angle 1 and angle 2. But how do I proceed from here? Let's think. Oh, what about angle A? We know that angle A is 54 degrees. What about C, D, E, F, G? Those are the parts that I want to find. So essentially, what we can go on is that I know that angle 1 plus angle 2 is just angles 3 plus angle 2 plus another 40 degrees at the top, based on what we have learned about angles before. And what is it that I can know? I know that angle 2 is on both the left hand side and the right hand side. So what do I do to them? I remove them both, and that gives me that 40 degrees plus 180 degrees for angles 2 and angle 3 gives me 220 degrees. So now if I know that angle 1 plus angle 2 is 220 degrees, can I find C, D, E, F, G? Of course we can. How do we do that? I know angle A is 56. And the total of all of them is 220. Essentially, all I have to do is just subtract, and I get my final answer of 164. Fantastic! We have got our answer. So with that in mind, this is our answer, and we can go on to our summary about this exterior angle theorem. And what is it all about? Well, if I have a figure like this exterior angle 1 is just equals to angles A and B, which are 2 interior angles that are not on the same angle as angle 1. And with that being said, exterior angle is just the sum of the 2 non-adjacent interior angles. And with that being said, what about our arrowhead model? Our arrowhead model says that, well, if I want to find angle D, it is just angles A, B, and C added up together. And that is all that we have learned for today. But that is not all. So we have our homework, and all of you are required to use both the exterior angle theorem as well as the arrowhead model for this question. And do remember, well, to type your answers in the comment section below. So with that being said, well, if you have any more questions, feel free to contact me, I'm Teacher Yu Xian, through WhatsApp or WeChat over here. And don't forget, you can reach out to us anytime for any sort of help regarding your studies or competition preparation. So with that being said, thank you, that's all for today, and bye-bye. bye. See you guys next time.